Okay, welcome back to The First Cut, as I said, featuring loads of great Irish music. And I'm very honoured and special, of course, to have Brian Hogan in studio with me from Preacher's Son.
Hello, I'm very honoured.
No,
the
I am.
The honour's all mine.
No, the honour's all mine.
I take that full responsibility honour, and it's mine.
Brian, how are you?
I'm good, very good. Thanks.
Welcome to Dundalk FM. What do you think of it so far?
Great. We got the booze of destiny here. You know, anything can go on here. We could be naked. You never know.
Oh, okay.
Might
whatever
be later.
goes
Let's see
on
how
radio.
it goes.
Did you have a grand job getting here?
Do you know, I was. Apologies, Tracy's slagging me because I was late. And the truth is, I misjudged how long. It took me a bit longer than I thought to get here.
I think everyone thinks it's really scary getting to Dundalk. And
not scary. I just assumed it was closer or something like that. First, but I got here.
You did. You made it in the end. So tell us what's going on. There's loads happening, isn't there?
Well, I'm off to England next week. Which is, I don't know what date this is going out, Friday week, isn't it?
It'll be Friday.
So
we'll be airing.
I'll be back
a week.
All right. So I will be
later.
I think I'll be in Bristol when this is airing.
So by the time it's all on air next week,
we have a tour in England.
You're going to be touring England.
In some various big places and small places. So it's going
to be nice, a mixture of both.
Jumping in the car and with all the gear and the band, and yeah, no, it's great. I'm looking forward to it.
So you'll be grafting it for the week, really?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm just getting a bit of business in England, which is great. There's lots of places over there to play, you know. It's just, but you're literally hopping in the car and then crashing on the couch, kind of thing, you know.
And then you come back.
Yeah.
And you're going to be part of Roxygen.
Absolutely. Woohoo!
It's really important to have an event like that is rock based, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of anyone who plays rock and roll in this country knows exactly where you can kind of play or not. Or it's not. Well, not. It's not very mainstream, is it?
It's not, is it? It's kind of gone less mainstream in anything. And the whole idea behind Roxygen is it's bringing back the old Oxygen. And now Oxygen's gone.
I know. You've taken over. The responsibility's on you.
That's a huge responsibility.
Yeah. Now you're honoured, as we were saying before.
Yes. Oh, yes. But it is harder in some sense to find the right venue for rock music in that sense, isn't it?
Yeah, but I won't complain about it because you kind of choose what you're playing, if you know what I mean. And I don't play pop, so
you certainly don't. You play great rock.
Yeah, but you kind of have to. So you have to kind of work with what you have, and I'm tired of hearing musicians moaning about.
Yes, there's a lot.
You just find work, and you do work. You find ways to do it, and you find people who can do it with you, and don't moan about it. You know,
it's about creating opportunities. Really,
yes, exactly. I think gigs in the future. Someone was asking me, and I think gigs have to be events, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so create your own event.
Unless you're trying to play a country gig in Croke Park, in which case forget about it.
Oh, of course you are mentioning poor old Garth, aren't you?
What a disaster.
What an absolute
There's people
PR.
starving in the world and they're worried about bleeding Garth Brooks.
It's a tragedy apparently. But yeah, it's a PR disaster really.
Oh,
how not to do it.
Welcome to Ireland.
There is always criticisms with the Irish music industry, but this unfortunately is not one that we want to happen. But
whatever, you know.
It'll change. It'll change everything. I think it's a positive.
Well, it certainly puts a focus on it,
doesn't it?
You know what I mean?
Get your planning permission first.
One Direction are laughing all the way to the bank. Going,
they are.
Garth who?
Goodness, I know. Two extremes, like two polar part bands, weren't they? Really?
Yeah.
So anyway, tell me a little bit about. I'm sure you're going to embellish the rock stage at Roxygen.
Yes,
I know you are.
It's going to be covered in all sorts of. We got strippers. We have. Ice cream machines and popcorn guns.
Is this a video we're talking about? You recording a video?
Oh, sorry, that's a dream I had. We're going to rock it out. You know, it's going to be a great night. I mean, I love the environment with all the kind of the couchy thing, and there's a kind of a boudoir about it.
He's talking about the Vintage Lounge in the Central Bar in Navan, a new music venue, and it is really quirky and unique.
It's great. It's kind of shabby chic.
Yeah, in some ways, Grand Social has an element of that, but not with the furnishings. There's a lot more furnishings as such, but it is similar enough.
That's the kind of vibe, you know. It's a nice place to hang out, you know.
Good.
So that's always a good
we'll
thing.
be hanging out with you. Everyone from Dundalk, of course, will be travelling over to Navan.
Absolutely.
It's not that far.
Not at all. Not as far as for me. I'll be travelling miles.
Any other exciting dates coming up in the calendar of Brian Hogan, or is it all the mystery tour?
Well, I also there is a mystery one coming up. We've just been confirmed for a big tour in November in England.
Can I get the
I have
download on it yet?
I can't yet. I can't. It hasn't been made official, but it's a large.
You're
rock
smiling
and
like
roll
a
band.
Cheshire
Yes,
cat.
there's Cheshire Cats everywhere involved. But it's a tour in England with a major band, so we were delighted.
Yay,
And
nice one.
this, I nearly got an ulcer over trying to get this, and I got it. So
Yeah.
I didn't get the ulcer, so it's grand. I know, but it's a very important thing. We're doing well in England. We got some good. We got a playlisted on Planet Rock Radio for the
I
past
saw
4
that.
weeks now. And,
On the website,
Yeah.
it mentions that Alice Cooper played
yeah,
you.
he selected us for his playlist, and they've been really good to us over there. So our music's making a bit of traction over there. So hence I'm heading over there doing
You're
some
dead
gigs.
right,
And,
dead
yeah,
right.
just
Gotta go
get
where
out
it
there. You
is.
find the work, off there building roads, like me father's before me, and me father's father.
I saw the mention of your father.
Oh yeah,
Is your father a preacher?
he was, yes.
And
indeed.
you're a preacher's son.
I am indeed.
So you're
Hence
a
the
bit-
name.
You're the rock version of Neil Hannon.
I suppose, actually, I had chatted with Neil Hannon about this, because his father's a bishop or something, isn't it?
Yeah,
right?
well, he's a preacher man.
And yes, all the kind of chips on your shoulders that go with it, I suppose.
Would you use a lot of that life experience in your tunes?
I certainly would have a kind of
Chip on your shoulder.
yeah, which is used as material for songs. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, you get a lot of the kind of life ponderings and stuff, because you kind of grow up one way, and then you actually. You move out and go, oh my God, what was all that about? Well, that bit was wrong. That bit I'm not too sure about. So all these kind of mutterings and ponderings about life, and yeah, it's certainly. Well, it's all I knew. I didn't know anything else, so
Did you have a great conversation then with Neil Hannon? Neil Hannon, of course, is my, what would I say, my guilty pleasure in life.
Oh yeah, he's great. Well, yeah, he's certainly quirky as.
He's
bleep.
very, yeah.
I did, yeah. No, it was just interesting. I tell you who else I met was. Am I allowed? Well, sure, am I allowed? Of course not. It's up a vein. The son of Michael Cleary, Father Michael Cleary,
It's all right.
who also plays a bit of music, as far as I know. I remember meeting him briefly, and because he knew my dad. It's all very connected, but effectively he's a preacher man, the son of a preacher man as well.
And he was, yes.
But, anyway, I think he was doing some music as well. I can't remember. And he was jealous of the name. He thought he was going to. Yeah, he thought he'd have that name, but he didn't. Anyway. But yeah, no. So and I met someone. There was someone else.
Was your nickname in school Preacher's Son?
No.
No?
I had several other nicknames, and they weren't very
Okay,
polite.
tell us.
I
Not
had
now.
Oggy.
Oggy.
was
Oggy,
called
Oggy,
Oggy.
Oggy.
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, yeah.
Oggy, oi.
Well, it was
Oggy,
an abbreviation of Hogan, which is the second name. And Hogan. And, I was a big lad and a bit more chubby, so there was connotations with hogs and stuff. What else did I have? Any other ones? No, I've been. Some friends call me Hulk.
Oh, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And some people call me Baru. Brian Baru.
Oh, okay, so you've
So
loads of nicknames.
There's a couple of nicknames, depending on who is endearing me at the time. Yeah.
So you have a great website.
Thank you. Justine, goddess of websites.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
She's your right-hand woman, of course.
she is indeed. She's
We have
my
to
right
give her.
arm.
We have to give her a bit
Absolutely.
of a plug now because she really works so hard.
She does, yeah. She does, yeah. I wouldn't be doing anything if it wasn't
No.
for her.
She's dedicated to the cause.
Yeah, she is. She
Of
is.
Preacher's Son.
She's demented to the cause.
Yeah, she does. She works above and beyond. But the website is great. I've seen it a couple of times, obviously, but it's certainly, obviously, it's been updated.
Yeah,
And it
well, we
looks
just-
really visual.
Well, it's funny. You kind of everyone knows the website world at this moment, but it's all about content, and I suppose there's a trick. Well, with Justine, who actually she does other people's websites as well, and you just learn as you go along. Simplest is better, because everyone looks at these
Exactly.
flashy things and websites and all that, and that's great. But to be honest, what you want is information quickly
Very
and easy
quickly.
to read,
Yeah.
and within. Otherwise, you've moved on. So it's but that in itself is very hard to do because your imagery needs to be really strong. And then you just have to navigate the navigating system and all that, And if there's too many things flashing all this, you get out of here,
Distracting and avoiding.
Yeah, it's a different world,
I think you've only 5 seconds to grab someone's
Yeah,
attention
yeah.
on landing.
In anything really, in any media thing,
Yeah.
even the Facebook things, I'm fascinated by it. Half of me despises the whole thing, but
Hate it.
but it's there. And
Love
it's a tool.
hate.
Yeah, but it's a tool for advertisement. But the thing is also that 5 second thing. the most popular thing on Facebook at the moment apparently is kittens. Pictures of kittens. I'm serious. That's what I know. So that's what we're competing against here. So off to going to the moon for a gig, touring with U2. But there's no cats. One like. Oh, okay. Little picture of me kitten. 1,000 million likes. Oh, and it's like, where do you get? But that is the truth. So I'm thinking of doing a tour with some sort of cat circus, maybe, or some sort of cat photography site. Maybe
you'll do the photography on stage.
Perhaps that's it. Or have some cats in the band.
Okay.
And perhaps that will just help everything. And then I'll have Facebook corners, and they'll allow me use 5 fans to advertise to, and I'll have to pay for the rest. Haha, dig. Anyway.
What's been the biggest, let me say, not so much success, but the pinnacle moment so far for Preacher's Son? Big loaded question.
Well, it's difficult. Well, I recorded the last album in LA with Warren Hoort. That was quite a buzz recording in LA.
That was nice.
It's real ice cream, though. You know what I mean? It's real. It's real unreal. You can go over there and everything is bling. You start thinking bling.
Studio's
and
bling.
It's such a
sound is bling.
It's such a lure. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the stories of LA are true. It's everyone's on the go for something.
Crazy.
And everyone's your friend, but no one's your friend. It's a real. That's just the way.
So
it
the
is.
rat race.
It's business, yeah. It's
but
business.
It's the same, really, here, isn't it?
I saw a great quote about it. It's like the party at the end of the world is LA. When the world is ending, the party be there. But then lots of opportunity, but then in more realistic terms, we got playlists on Planet Rock in radio in England, which is very difficult to access it from over here because they don't have a kind of a franchise, but you can do it through other ways. And that has 1.5 million listeners weekly, which is it's astounding,
And do you get a buzz when that happens? Is it like, oh my God?
I get a buzz and a relief because you break your back, you're throwing crap against the wall. And over there it's just a bigger wall and more crap, if you know what I mean. But and you're just waiting for something to stick, and something stuck. So there's a really good guy. We were working with a PR guy over there, Tony, in Scream Promotions, and he's been with us for 3 years and servicing what we're feeding him as in singles and all that, and just trying to get plays and all this. And then Guy Wyatt, who's one of the top DJs there in Planet Rock, got it, liked it. And it's also because it's actually quite, it's very rock.
It is really rock.
And we're not really very rock, if you know what I mean. But whatever, it's working. So they're liking what we're throwing them, and that's the biggest thing I think that's happened.
Perhaps
really.
They're getting the energy from the music because it is very.
I hope so. They're getting something
energetic.
because it helps us to roll with it. It helps us to put other things in place. For example, it helped us get this support tour because there's a little bit of profile, and then one thing helps the other. And So, I mean, it potentially it's going to be a good rest of the year,
So it continues the journey of Preacher's Son.
Yes, it does. Yes.
And it starts in Navan.
Navan's going to be a great night. Roxton's going to be a great night. It's a great idea. There's some great bands playing, and I'll say I just love the environment there. It's great.
Yeah. No, if you can head out to that, it's the 25th of July for the whole weekend. Great rock bands, and it's going to be Roxygen, bringing the rock back. So anyway, I'm going to throw it over to you, Brian, to pick the next song. What song would you like to see or to hear to see?
Oh, one of mine. Oh God. What mood are you in? Do you want some moody or do you want some rocky?
That's up to you. They're the ones that are available to me. He needs his glasses. Oh, what's going on here? Jericho Acoustic.
Oh yeah, we did the Riptide.
Featured the Riptide Movement.
Yeah, I've done loads of gigs with them. And that's them kind of. Do you want to
Can we hear
that?
Yeah,
one? It's a kind of alternative for the single.
I'm intrigued. I've just played Riptide Movement earlier.
Yeah, they're great.
Let's give this a spin. This is Jericho.
It's sad. They're great guys. Fair play to them. I mean, they're the nicest guys in Irish music. I'll tell you that. I'm sure you met them.
Have rings on all your fingers, angel by your side. A castle on a hill won't keep you satisfied. You can have a kingdom, sit there on your throne. All you thought you wanted, still you'd be alone. Oh, 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 oh. oh, 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 oh. Well, the devils that we know will leave us scars upon your soul. You know that I would have them fall down to their knees. May they fall like Jericho. Oh, may they fall like Jericho. Father told us, sinner on your knees, you'll never get to heaven. He should practice what he preached. He takes all their confessions, tells them pray for help. There's not enough Hail Marys to save him from himself. Well, the devils that we know will leave those scars upon your soul. You know that I would have them fall down to their knees. May they fall like Jericho. Oh, may they fall like Jericho.
Very nice indeed.
Thank you.
Lovely vocal.
Thank you.
Really like that. That's so exciting. Tell us, you were telling me there while you were playing that, you were telling me a little story about the Riptide movement.
All right, yeah, they'll probably, if they hear this, they'll give out to me, I'm sure. They were doing, I think a couple of years ago, they were doing, maybe 2 years ago, they had some gigs in Europe. They were off in the van going to some gigs in Europe, and on the boat, they got like loads of the gigs got cancelled. I don't know what the story was, and they were literally on the boat, and they're being told this, and it was like they were going, "Oh my god!" So they ended up in one place which was very good, apparently, I think in France or somewhere like that. Anyway, they did their gig, and they were kind of a bit down about the
as you would, like
that they'd no, the rest of the tour was so small. Anyway, so whoever the venue owner was offered them to stay for a weekend up in some hilltop sort of resort, or not resort, or some nice gaff. And they ended up going there and writing the whole album that they just released.
That's incredible.
Which is really good, and it's it turns into such a positive, you know, because their album's doing so well and everything. It's great.
Yes.
They're a lovely bunch of lads, you know.
They're a grafting band, definitely.
They really are. They work their arses off.
Yeah, and I mean, you could be on Grafton Street next week, and they could be there suddenly.
They just do it. I mean, they know what they want to do, and they do it. And they found their juju. You know, they know what's working, and people are just hopping around in front of them. It's
they're
great.
Going mad.
They deserve it.
Festival season like crazy at the moment. Okay, well, Brian, listen, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry I was late.
Do you want to tell the listeners how they can find out more information about Preacher's Son?
Well, I guess preacherson.com would be the best.
The best, isn't it?
And
it's the landing space for it all.
Yeah, and then it's Preacher's Son on Facebook and Twitter, which is Preacher's Son _ I have to. It's like I don't know. It's like something on my shoe that I can't get rid of. I'm a bit lame on the old social media sort of, but I do it. And we do tweet. We tweet on Facebook, and the Instagram, and it's like, oh my god, so many things. And like you start getting into one thing, and then everyone else is using something else. I sound so old now, don't I? It's terrible.
You sound like your dad.
I know. But once I get off this rocking chair, no, I do tweet. But so yeah, Preacher's Son, it comes up, on our Facebook and preacherson.com, and there's pictures and there's videos and there's
just the rock god that is Brian Hogan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're launching on the 10th in as part of Sunday roast in the Mercantile with King Kong, or with Kieran coming back.
Kieran is fabulous.
So he's facilitating us. We're doing a kind of a launch, more or less, of the album, even though it's on sale online, on the 10th of September.
Nice one.
And that is going to be fun.
Right, I shall make arrangements.
Sorry, 10th of August. 10th of August.
To be there.
Excuse
Everyone
me, 10th
go.
Of August.
10th of August.
10th of
You jumped the gun.
These things don't stick in my mind. Dates. It's like.
That's all Justine's responsibility anyway.
Oh, Jesus, don't tell her that.
Okay, listen, thank you very much for joining us
Tracy.
in the studio, Brian. Really appreciate it.
Not at all.